Welcome to section 3 of the course, where we're going to be working with operators in Swift and obtaining user inputs in our app. In this section, we're going to take a look at Swift arithmetic, remainder, and not operators. We're going to be looking at comparison operator and if-else statement. We're going to introduce optionals. We're going to be obtaining user input in our app. And finally, we're going to learn 2 different approaches to dismissing keyboard on iOS, using the arithmetic, remainder, and not operators. In this video, we're going to take a look at how to use the arithmetic operator to add, subtract, multiply, and divide values. We're going to look at the remainder operator to get the remainder of a division. And we're going to look at how to use the not operator to invert the value of a Boolean operation. Let's head over to the playground to see how these operators work. I created a new playground page called Operators, so go ahead and create a new page. The first thing I want to bring to your attention is how to use comments. Comments are written in a code just to remind ourselves exactly what we're trying to achieve at that point in the code. For example, so the first thing I want to mention to you is the assignment operator. So when you put 2 / and then write any statement after that, that part is treated as a comment. Comments are not compiled as part of our code. They're just there to help us to know exactly what we're doing at that point in time. So assignment operator, let me give you an example. If I say let age equals to 37, the equal sign that you can see here, the one we call the equal sign in maths, is actually known as the assignment operator in programming language. So that means we're assigning a value of 37 to the variable age. So this equal sign is known as an assignment operator. So let's look at the arithmetic operators. Arithmetic. Let A equals to 5. Let B equals to 6. So we have 2 constants declared, 5 and 6, A and B. So now let addition, so we want to add them together, equals to A plus B. So the value of addition will be 11, as you can see there. So let subtraction equals to A minus B. So this is just the same as you would do in maths. So A minus B will be 5 minus 6 will be minus 1. Let multiplication equals to A multiplied by B. The asterisk represents multiplication when you're writing your Swift code. And as you can see, 5 multiplied by 6 is 30. And finally, let division equals to A divided by B. And as you can see here, it says the result is 0. And this is a very important thing to keep in mind. Whenever you are doing operation on integers, so because these are integer, even though we haven't specified, remember, type inference. So the compiler automatically knows that because we put 5 and 6, then they are going to be integer. Because they're integers, if you divide 6 by 5, you're going to get 0 point something. But because these are integers, the result will also be an integer. So if I press the Option key and click on the division, you can see division is an int. So because the division is an int, it is not possible to have 0.1 assigned to an int. That's why the decimal places was cut off. So how do we make sure that we get the right values? You should go ahead and think about that. So that means we have to make these numbers to be float. So one way to do that is to type float and then make this one as well a float. And we should get the correct value here, let's expand it, 0.8333. Because these are now float, that means the division will also be a float. See how it works? Okay, another way to do it is if we want to use the type inference rather than explicit declaration, we can do 5.0 and 6.0. Because when we do 5.0, we automatically set A to be float and B to be float. Do you see now we have more values? The reason why we have more values is exactly what I've told you previously. Now, because we set it to be 5.0 and 6.0, A is assumed to be a double, see that? And B also assumed to be a double. So double and float are the same thing, but you can see that double has more precision. So that means we get more result for double than we have with float. This is how you use the arithmetic operators, which are the plus, minus, multiplication, and division. They're very straightforward. I'm sure you already understood that. And then the remainder operator. So let's do the remainder operator. The remainder operator gives us the remainder of a division operation. So for example, if I say let remainder equals to 7, you put the percentage sign and then you put the other number, we should get 2. because if you divide 7 by 5, what is left is a 2. So let's try again. Let another remainder equals to, let's say 10, then percentage, then let's put 4. We should get 2 as well, because when you divide 10 by 4, you have 8, remainder 2. Let's put 3. You should get 1, because if you divide 10 by 3, you get 9, remainder 1. So this is how the remainder operator works. It's a very useful operator, and you're going to find a lot of uses for it in the future. Finally, let's look at the NOT operator. The NOT operators allow you to reverse the value of a Boolean operation. So for example, if we say let is raining, so is it raining right now? Let's say it is true. If we want to get the value of the opposite, so let it's not raining. So it's not raining, we can say, we put the exclamation mark and then say is raining. So that means we're reversing. So if this is true, then the reverse of it done by the NOT operator, this exclamation mark is called a NOT operator. So we're reversing the value of the, remember the it's raining is true, so that means it's not raining is false. Anytime you want to reverse the value of a Boolean operation, all you need to do is just put the exclamation mark at the back of it, and it's going to give you the opposite value. So here is true, and then here is false. In this video, we've learned how to use the arithmetic, the remainder, and the NOT operators.